Saucy
Good.
and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Check. Chizak, check. Good morning. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. We are here. You guys might be a little surprised, like, oh my God, they're here. Where were they yesterday? Sorry about that. We forgot. We forgot. Good morning. As you guys start to figure out that we are live and that we are here, we are just going to. We got an action-packed show today.
Oh yeah,
a very action-packed show. We got 2 special interviews that we'll be pushing out, and we're talking to the good people over at House of Ramon Iglesias.
yes.
And then we'll talk to the good people over at Boston while we are black.
Casa de Ramon.
Casa de Ramon Iglesias.
We need Carlos to call in and say it for us.
Because this is you guys know already that we are very much into the theater. We are into the theater, and we like to go to the theater. So we stay connected with our theater folks, so that you guys can get some culture. I actually did go to a play the other night. Big shout outs to Kristen Halbert, who invited me out, and we went to go see a play called Kissing.
Oh
yes, and it was really, really great. It was very funny. I believe that the woman is from Boston, but I'll give you guys more information about that after. But that was a really, really, really great production. So in the spirit of great productions and quality filming, we'll be talking to you guys about Moonbox Productions. In the meantime, quick check-in so we can get this party on the roll. Miss Tonte, how'd you do?
I'm good. How y'all doing?
We be fine.
Yeah, I am. I'm good. I'm in a good mood. I'm feeling good. I got a little spring in my step. My hair is half done for my trip. So that's, I feel like I'm making moves and getting ready.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
You got everything? You started packing and things?
Y'all all themed out.
All themed. Yeah. I don't. So I'm that girl. No, but I feel like I do have all the themes per se. I just don't have
There's a lot of people who are not doing the themes.
I was looking. Did you?
Yeah, there's a lot of people who aren't doing it. I'm doing it.
All of them?
Everyone.
Jesus.
I
maybe do about 3, 4.
I would do like an all white.
Well, they don't even have an all white.
They don't have all white.
Bro,
exactly.
They don't have an all white.
Not having an all white.
But they have a sweatpants and sweatshirts.
No.
It's a retro workout. It's retro workout or sweat.
They changed it to retro workout after.
No, well, retro
complained.
workout was supposed to be a separate one. And then they combined them.
Oh.
So they want everybody coming out. What's the name of the man back in the day?
Tony something.
No, man with the curly hair.
Yeah. Oh,
I'll be sure.
Richard Simmons.
Oh, yeah.
They sent out a thing of that. Do you know the British guy, Tony something, that used to do all the exercise videos back in the day? Be like, that's it. That's it.
The black guy?
That's it. Yeah.
Yes.
That's it. You got
is that the black guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember the ball black. Yeah. I remember that guy.
He's got quite a head of hair.
There was a black bald guy though, too, a workout guy, right? Back in the day.
This is the guy.
You talking about Billy Blanks?
Billy
Blanks. This is Tony Britz.
I love Tony Britz.
That's it. Can you hear it?
We started in that position, and then we moved to the left 2 times and to the right twice. Okay.
Right
so
twice.
1, 2. That's it.
Yes. Get it.
That's it.
That's it. Tony Britt. There's retro workout. There's a Bridgerton ball. There's all kinds of things. They put out the schedule yesterday for the rest of it. Not even the big things, because there's a road in St. Lucia. There's Juve in St. Thomas. There's a raft up in St. Martin. Those are just the big things.
There's raft?
Raft up. So everybody brings their rafts, and it's a big beach party, and everybody brings their floaties. They do it in Bermuda for Heroes Weekend.
Get down here and like y'all go in the raft.
Yeah.
In the water.
In the water.
Did you buy me a raft?
Wow.
I did not buy you a raft.
That sounds incredible. Y'all didn't tell me all that before. I would have looked into it.
Because this is the raft up. I didn't buy you a raft because they said it's a beach party. You don't need to have a raft. So I feel like one raft is enough raft for all of us.
As long as I get to be on it,
But
because
I like
don't
to go
like
in the water.
I don't like to go in the
right.
water. See, I don't like to be in the water, so I
Right.
want to be on the raft.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's not too late to order you a raft.
That's nice.
Did they show it? No, they didn't show it.
That's one thing I didn't do in Trinidad. I did not go underwater.
Really?
I mean, I went in the
No,
water for like 5 seconds.
No, you
Just
can
take a
just
picture.
take a time and go on in the scene.
It was too much going on.
And pat your head so that the spirits could come out of it.
There was so much going on.
Yes,
Next time.
it's too much going on there. But yeah, so it's gonna be
Yeah, that's nice.
It's and just everybody in the water on the
good.
rafts and whatever. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm ready for a vacation. I'm ready to vacate. There's so many things going on: chefs competition, basketball competition, football, chess, dominoes, all of this thing. I'm going to do the major things. I'm going to sleep. It won't be no naps for me. I'm sleeping. And I'm eating and I'm fetting, and that's it.
There you go.
Ready.
Same.
I'm happy for you.
Same. Me for sleeping.
Sit.
Me for sleep, boy. Tristan, how are you? How you doing? I know that you was a little tired today. I'm sorry. First of all, we're sorry about yesterday. It was a complete mishandling of the calendars. It was just crazy. I'm sorry. Very sorry.
Yeah, man. Yeah, yesterday was cool. I had work yesterday morning. I got off at 7 a.m. I text Tony like,
See what
about
happened
today. I ain't gonna make it today. So
I'm gonna have that.
But we here today and we gonna get it done.
And I was like, oh yeah.
Oh, good morning, Prince Roy. How are you, young fella? Prince Roy. Let us get. So we are gonna start off with our very, very first interview, so that we can stay on time, even though we're not on time. We will be talking to the House of Ramon Iglesias. And that's going to be performed in English and in Spanish. All performances feature captioning. The first show is April 28th, and we'll talk to the director and a few of the actors on that, so that you guys can get amped up, go get your tickets, and we always complaining, ain't nothing to do. I don't know where to take somebody out on a date. A play is a really dope first date. And then you either you come from dinner to the play, or you go to dinner or get drinks after the play. It's a great time. It's a great time. And these plays that we bring to you, that we don't produce, but we help you guys know about, they're really, really good. So we're going to go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk to the director, and we'll talk to some cast.
Yes.
Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Turn it on. Turn it up.
This is SparkFMOnline.com.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
Moonbox Productions is thrilled to present The House of Ramon Iglesia by Jose Rivera. Directed by Arthur Gomez, The House of Ramon Iglesia opens April 14th and runs through April 30th at the Mosesian Center for Arts in Watertown. A poignant play about Americanized son's torturous efforts to break away from his immigrant parents. A break that can't be made until he accepts the ethnic heritage he spent his life trying to suppress. Tickets are $55 for general admission, $45 for seniors, and $20 for student rush half hour prior to performance, and are available at www.mosesianarts.org. Pay what you can. Tickets are available at the door.
Shea Boo's Roller Skating Rink presents the 8th annual Boston Swerve Weekend.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Don't miss out on Boston's biggest skate link-up of the year. Swerve Weekend takes place April 7th through the 9th. It's 3 nights of skating, meet and greets, day parties, music, food, and much more. It's a 21-plus event. You can grab those tickets at eventbrite.com/Boston Swerve 23. For more information, you can check out Boston Swerve on social media or visit SheaVoosRollerRink.com. Once again, their 8th annual Boston Swerve Weekend taking place April 7th through the 9th. Don't miss it. Tell a friend and get linked up.
Hi, Rosa. How are the kids? Good. But I have a question about the COVID vaccine. Kids who had COVID have immunity, right? True. They have some immunity, but also true, vaccines strengthen that immunity. But how do you know if it's safe? The vaccine was developed so fast. True. It was fast. Also true, scientists had a head start. They've been studying similar viruses for years. Have questions about kids and the COVID vaccine? Know the facts. Find the truth. Visit boston.gov/COVID facts.
The all-new Spark FM. Spark FM. Come on. Spark FM.
Yo, chick a man be ballin'. These chicks pigeon toed. Some of them be crawling.
Spark FM.
Alright. It's me again.
New England's #1 urban Caribbean music. Radio. Spark FM.
And we are back. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. Yes, people. Saucy and Friends is back. Again, if you missed us yesterday, we was not here. But we are here today, and we come bearing gifts of the theater. Today we have some very special guests in the building with us today. We have the cast and director of The House of Ramon Iglesia, which is a great name in general. Because and when we were doing the commercial, our voiceover actor, he is a little bit, some Latinx in him, and he tried to go really hard on it. It was like, just calm down a little bit. So tell us who you guys are. Introduce us. Introduce the people to yourself. Introduce yourself.
My name's Arthur Gomez. I am the director of the House of Ramon Iglesia. Kick it over to Luis.
Hello, everyone. I'm Luis Negron, and I play Ramon Iglesia.
Oh, you are the lead.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jaime Jose, and I'm playing Javier Iglesia.
You are the son.
I am the son.
I am the son. Okay. So tell us a little bit about what the play is about, because it's very family heavy. And that's a lot of conversation around there in general. So tell us the premise of the play, and then we'll get deeper into that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So the House of Ramon Iglesia is.
You can bring the mic closer to you.
Yeah, let's do it. So it's about it's a struggle that a son is dealing with, and essentially splitting his life between two cultures. Right? He was given the opportunity and the accessibility from his father, and then he is growing up in American culture, going to school, and then he goes to a liberal arts college, goes into political science, trying to advance kind of his life, but he's pulled back to his family and the struggles that they're dealing with.
Oh yeah, that sounds like the American dream.
Quote unquote American dream, right? So,
go ahead.
Go ahead. No. Go ahead.
What made you? What as a director? Like, why this play? How come you? What draw you to this one?
Yeah, so I was born in Washington Heights to two Dominican parents, puro Dominicano right here. And so we this struggle is real for a lot of our families, and not just Latinx, but and if you're coming from an immigrant family, you know you know what the life is.
Yeah.
You're coming
Yeah.
in, your parents are struggling, they're working all jobs. They're
Yes.
working daycares, chefs,
Cleaning,
bakers,
all of it,
the
yeah.
whole shebang, right? And
Mhm.
so then what's it like? For me, it really spoke to me just you're going to, you're going to school, let's say you go to college, you get that opportunity, and then you're trying to decide, okay, do I go off and live my life and go and try to make it in like the big city or, get my opportunities?
Right.
Or do I come back and double back and take care of my family?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
That's it is so common. So we're Caribbean and Hispanic heritage. Our mothers are from Honduras and our fathers are from Trinidad. So we're familiar to that. We were born here, but we were raised in, a cultural household. So we're familiar with the struggle that our grandparents had, bringing their family here and building up from where they are. So this story resonates with us a lot. So the Ramon Iglesias in the story is the son or he's the father?
He is the father.
He's the father. Okay.
And
you
yes.
are.
So how do you feel going into this role? Like, what does it mean to you to being on the one side of this family struggle and then him being obviously on the other side of the struggle? You guys need him to kind of, be responsible, and he wants to live his own life. So how does that go?
Well, as an actor, it's kind of challenging because I've seen both sides. I'm the generation that was born in New York, born in America, quote unquote.
Yeah.
My parents were Puerto Rican. Obviously, Puerto Rico is part of America, but still, to many of the older generations, it feels like a different country.
Oh, absolutely.
So I was born in America. They were in Puerto Rico, so I understand what's expected, and I understand where they're coming from. The son who I have in the play, I mean, it's very much like myself. I mean, he wants to prosper. He wants to do for himself, but there is that responsibility to the house, to the family, and the expectations that they have upon him. And I think I've dealt with this. I think so many of us have dealt with us. We have our own dreams. We have our own road that we would like to walk down, but for whatever reason, the family is either holding us back or they're presenting some kind of obstacle for us. That we have to deal with. So it's a struggle. It's a struggle that is not just in the Latino community, it's everywhere. No matter where you are in this world, there's a Ramon Iglesia, there is a house of Ramon Iglesia, and there are the struggles of the old world versus the new world.
Absolutely. And for you as playing the son, I'm pretty sure that you've had these struggles too in general. So what was it like for you coming into this role? How was that? Did you struggle maybe as much as him being both parts, or are you?
Yeah, when I first read the play, the thing I really loved about it is how real it was and how it really felt like a family, especially with my family, because my family comes from El Salvador, both of my parents. And it's interesting because they've been living here for the past 20 years, but they consider America home. And even though they spend most of their time in El Salvador, but when I went to El Salvador, when I was like 11 for the first time, it felt like I was going home, even though I have never spent any time there. I just felt, I'm going back to the motherland. So there's something about this play that examines what is home for immigrant families, and whether it's a haven like America or it's the country that your family's bloodline is from. And that's the thing that I really found interesting about this play.
Yeah, very nice.
Did you guys struggle in your everyday life, or because I know this play is in both English and Spanish? Have you got with your parents, especially, did they struggle when they came to America with English and just kind of those barriers to really feeling comfortable here? Or is it something that America almost made them feel like they were comfortable? I feel like America is weird right now, so I don't know how they're doing it.
First, I do want to clarify the play. The play is in English predominantly. Right.
Yeah.
Jose Rivera, when he wrote it in the 80s, and so he wrote it to a theater audience back then that needed to understand. We have some elements of Spanish in it that we love to incorporate, but yeah, that's what we had to like. That's also like kind of like a challenge that we had to overcome, kind of in the process, right? Trying to understand like how we wanted to represent this family at its fullest. But with that being said, with your question, it's It's interesting. It's interesting, right? Like I feel like we're in a place right now where like it's. I find it interesting that like we cover like Spanish is taught in schools, and yet like it's still a difficult language for people to understand, like outside, like in the world, right? Like
we're really heavy in Duolingo. So
I was looking forward to the play because I was like, I know that word.
I will remind you.
Be there. You would do the whole thing in Spanish. I'm on like level 47. Okay, so I know these things. How'd you get into this?
It's a theater?
Yeah.
Oh, great question. There's something that in theater that we call catching the bug.
Okay.
I was fortunate enough that I wasn't good at academics specifically because I hate homework.
You sound like my son.
I second that.
I third it.
Relatable. So relatable.
Yeah. So I was fortunate enough that I always filled my life with extracurriculars, and I'm a singer, and so I was in choir when I was a kid, and my choir teacher got me tickets to Phantom of the Opera that was playing in Boston.
Oh, wow.
And I caught the bug watching Phantom of the Opera. Really fell in love with musicals, but didn't know that there were musicals back then because being a kid, right? I grew up in Lawrence, not too far, right? And so not knowing what that world was, I heard Phantom of the Opera. I was like, okay, so now I want to study opera for the rest of my life.
That's want to go up there
what I
and
want
sing.
to do.
Yeah,
that's how I want to do things.
Yes.
And it wasn't until college that like I stood in for like a theater class, or they were doing a show that involved people being on stage, just audience members. And the director, also the theater teacher, was like, "Hey, you don't want to be studying voice. You want to be doing this. Like, this is the life that you want to be leading." And so that's how we got, and then we just pressed forward.
Wow.
And then for the two actors, have you guys always been actors, or is this something new for you? Or is this something that you knew early that you wanted to do?
That's actually a great question, because I know for myself the bug, the inkling was there from very early on. However, I didn't have the gumption to act on it until many, many, many years later, because I was caught between the old world expectations of me.
Is your life,
Exactly. Excuse me. I was supposed to be a lawyer. I was supposed to go into the corporate world. I mean, which I was involved in for many, many years. And it took many, many years. I'll just say this briefly. It took many years of being unhappy in that environment before I said, you know what? I'm never going back to that again. I am going to pursue this acting thing. I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know where it's going to lead, but I'm going to do it. And it's been almost 20 years now.
Wow.
So it has apparently worked out pretty well.
You're still here.
Still here, still surviving, still paying my rent.
Yes. How many productions have you been a part of? Do you know in your 20-year career of acting? How many productions have you been a part of?
Oh gosh.
That many.
Well, I mean, I'm sure. I mean, at least 20 or 30 theater productions, but I mean, I've done I've done some small film projects. I've done a bunch of commercials. I've done a bunch of voiceover. So I've been involved in one capacity or another for a while now.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's and passion. Your passion.
Very much passionate. My passion will not wane at this point.
I like that. I like that.
Not at this point.
How about you, Jaime?
Yeah, I remember my dad, he bought a BlackBerry back in the day.
Oh, a BlackBerry.
At Verizon. And they gave him like a camcorder at the Verizon store for getting a BlackBerry. And we used to make like short films, like parody films. Like we made a really bad Die Hard film back when I was like 5 with my cousins, you know, on the weekend when they come over and hang out. We made like a Taken film that was really bad.
Oh, you were making big productions.
Yeah, I guess so. They were just really bad parody films. So I guess I always been an actor since I was like a little preteen making these bad films. I was directing them and acting in them. So, you know, awesome. I'm doing everything.
That's amazing.
So when does this play actually kick off?
kicks off in about a week and a half, April 14th.
April 14th. Yes. April 14th. It's where at the
Mosesian Center for the Arts over in Watertown, right on 321 Arsenal Street.
It's another thing. I really just didn't know that we had that many theater places around. Like, since we've been working with Moonbox, like everywhere, like there's a theater there too. Okay. Okay. And so, and how did you pick this play in general? Why this one?
Why this one?
Yeah.
It's the story that I grew up. It's the same struggle. I understand Javier through and through. Right? Like that's, and the thing is, my main thing for people to understand is that these people are your caretakers. They teach your kids. They cook your food. They're also in here watching this play. Right? These people are all around you. Right? Understand, open your eyes to the struggles that they're living to.
Right. Oh, how does it end?
You trying to figure out if it's happy?
Yeah, I'm like, okay. So now I'm going through the life struggle of the family, and I'm like, okay, it's one side and one side. I know that we got to go see the play, guys.
Yeah, you gotta come on down.
It. But like, how does what are some of the challenges that they faced in the plays? I'm really excited about it. Don't give it a whole way, but what is one of the struggles that they really just dealt with through and through?
It's between the need to go back home and fulfilling the American dream.
Yeah. Okay. So that's I asked that question because that I feel like all entrepreneurs, all people from the culture, from anywhere, they deal with that, and that's what we kind of first started on. But I feel like it goes a little bit deeper. It kind of goes deeper into evolving, making sure that you still pay respect to the elders and, the people you grew up with, but making sure that you have enough room to grow in this life so that you can figure things out for yourself. And then from hearing from what you guys said, how you guys all involved, you got the bug, you were unhappy in corporate America, you've just always been picking up cameras and doing things with it, It gives me inspiration just hearing you guys talk about it, that, despite the struggles in life and despite, having real hardcore culture from back in the motherland and everything, you guys have shown through this play that things can happen. You can follow your own direction. You can go down a path that has not been gone down before, and you can make it work. And I'm guessing that's almost how the play is going to end, with something. I'm hoping that it's something great. Like everybody's happy, everybody's hugging each other, and that we're all glad because, things are happening. It could not. Plays are usually tragic, but
I will tell you, it is a drama.
So. See, like that. That's what I guess that's where I was going at. Like, is it drama or is it like comedy? Is it, how do you work through these issues in a way that captivates people all the way to the end?
I mean, it's all about the connection, right? Where you're coming in right into the middle of this family, and their struggles, and so their connection that you see, right? It isn't. You can't have drama without comedy in it.
Absolutely,
right?
Dramedy.
At the end of the day, right? So you'll get some laughs in, but some things are gonna sting. Some things might open your eyes, right? And, so
and then the struggle never really ends, right? Because then the struggle becomes like, how do I stop this here and not pass this on to the next generation so that they feel like they have to go through the same struggle? So then it just kind of continues,
because you still have your old cultural values, no matter how much you've evolved from that. But it's still like those things are hard. Like that's legacies that you're passing down, and you're trying to change in every generation.
We live that, so we know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So the play starts on the 14th. It runs all the way to
April 30th.
Till April 30th. How many shows are you guys doing?
I believe we're going Thursday through Sundays.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Thursday through Sundays. Once we open on a Friday, and then next week, Thursday through Sunday, then Thursday through Sunday the next.
And then what's that like? Like, what's that like life? Like, you're on stage on Thursday and Friday and Saturday and Sunday. I'm guessing that the first one is always the little one that, okay, we can't do that. But as you go along and you start doing more and more days, do you get more into it, or does it become almost like muscle memory when you just know these things automatically? And do you feel more about it?
Both.
Okay.
It does become more like muscle memory, but the more you're ensconced in it, the more that you is revealed.
What's that
to
word you just said?
Ensconced.
Ensconced.
I like that word. This is word of the day, everybody.
But you really do get more out of it because more is revealed. The more you put yourself in these people's positions and hear what they're saying and figure out where they're coming from and why, again, the more is revealed about the character itself. And you realize, oh, I didn't even think about that. Or I never looked at it that way. So again, the more we deal with it, the more is revealed, but it is exhausting.
Yeah, that's what does it. Do you get tired? Absolutely. And the show's about what? How long are the shows in length?
About 2 hours.
Oh wow!
About 2 hours.
How do you guys memorize lines like that? Because I can barely memorize the words to a song. Talk us through that real quick, because as we wind down, I'm just getting a little curious here. How do you remember so many lines?
Oh, you might be getting bit by the bus.
I know.
For me, I always run my lines in the shower. I don't know why. I always memorize them best. Also, running them at nighttime. I feel like when I go to sleep and then wake up and then I run them again, they're just so much more in my brain. I also will have a friend read the other lines for me and then tell them, and they'll tell me, okay, you got this line wrong. So just drilling it over and over again will really help. And I also type out my lines to make like little flashcards.
Oh, and how long do you study before you know that you're ready? So for you've set the date, you've planned all the things, and I'll get into that a little bit. Dad planned on the things. When do you guys start preparing? And how long does it take you to really kind of settle into those lines?
We start preparing immediately.
As
soon as we're giving the script.
Read it. Yes.
Exactly. We run home.
Mhm.
So we start preparing immediately. When is it ready? It's never really ready.
Okay.
Because you can always go further. You can always make another discovery. You can always realize, oh, wait, I forgot about this. Or I'm not really bringing this aspect of this character to life the way I would like to. So you're constantly redefining and sculpting. It's like a sculpture. You're smoothing things out. You're fixing things where they were bumpy before, and it doesn't stop until the last performance.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Right.
That's
so. Are there like some elements of like improv that happen? Like that's not really the line, maybe, but I'm just gonna say this. You know what I mean? Like, does that happen? Are there times where like each play is different? Because
that's not supposed to happen. I think the author might have something to say about that.
I was thinking about brain freeze moments.
Listen. Actors, we're human. We're human. Things are going on in our lives.
Right.
So we get overwhelmed as well.
Yeah.
Remember those performances go on no matter what.
Yeah, that's true.
So whatever's happened to you that day, or whatever news you got, or whatever it is you've got to deal with, you've either got to put it to the side or you've got to use it. Because you're going on when the curtain goes up.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and that can be really challenging.
Yeah.
I've also heard too that with actors and acting, and even for you as the director, like once you get into character, like you're in character, and it's kind of hard to come out of character sometimes. So are you Ramon Iglesias for those 2 weeks? Like, is that how it is? Or is it easy for you to turn it off?
No. As a matter of fact, it's a matter of self-preservation that I must turn it off.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Different actors have different approaches to their roles, of course, and some people stay within it for the duration.
Right.
God bless. I cannot be one of them. I can, for my own mental, for my own sanity, for my own peace of mind, I need to step out.
Okay.
I need to step out as soon as the curtain comes down. That's it. I need to start stepping out because I don't want to be in that place mentally or emotionally for the duration.
Because like you guys said, it's a dramatic play. It's a lot going on. So you do need to. How about you?
Yeah, I absolutely. I agree with Luis that I tend to distance myself from the character once the play is done, once the process is done. I think it's a lot. It could be draining, especially in a play such as this with such relatable subjects, I think
triggering sometimes.
Absolutely. And Yeah, I'm pretty good at just stepping away from the character once the show is done.
And for you as a director, are you at home like, butter your toast like this?
Imagine my partner would murder me. Okay, can you just do this like this real quick? Just like, I liked how you cook the eggs, but maybe next time when the eggs, we do this. No, that'd be wild. No, it's interesting because as a director, like you're always kind of engrossed in it at all times, right? Because
there's so many moving parts for you too. So you don't just have a set of lines. You got to know everybody's lines almost to know what happens next. So
no, truthfully, knowing everybody's lines would scare the crap out of me. Just straight up
sit there repeating everybody. That's not what I know.
Like for me personally, I love working in a collaborative manner. Right. So like I'll give you kind of like what my inspirations are. But you come and talk to me and you tell me if you're hey, I really think that like at this moment, you know, I want to try this, or I want to like, you know, I kind of want to go this way with it. And we'll chat and I'll take a look at it. And if you got the better idea, boom, we're moving forward.
Oh, that's good.
I like
right?
that.
That's really good. Yeah.
Right. Because it's all about uplifting the work.
Yes.
Right. It's all about being true to the work. And so that's but for my day to day, I'll be, you know, just doing kind of whatever with my son, just kind of like hanging out. And then all of a sudden I'll be like, oh, and just zone off into space. And then like my son, who's 1 and change now, will just like come and like whack me in the face. I'll be like, oh, yeah, sorry, no, we're playing with blacks. So we do it.
Like, you know what? I really need to bring this set a little bit closer. He's like, Dad, it's your turn.
He's like, hey man, I got a diaper. I don't know what you're doing about it, but
produce this.
No, this is awesome. I'm really excited. So again, the play runs from Friday, April 14th. It starts at, I think the first one is at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
And then there's shows Thursday, Friday, Saturday. How much are tickets?
Tickets right now are $61 for general admission.
Okay.
$50 for seniors, $20 for student rush.
Oh, wow.
But if you show up at the door every single night, it's pay what you can.
Oh, and I love pay what you can. I think people still do try to pay the whatever, but I do love pay what you can. And then pay what you can, $61. We do have a pair of tickets to give away today.
Hey.
Shout out to Regina. She's like, oh yeah. So if we'll give those out towards the end. If you guys want to call them up for us now, you can call 617-272-3387, or we'll be giving them away throughout the show to our very best listener. They all of our best listeners. And I think it's a really great, we were trying to kind of, you know, a lot of people are not necessarily like, oh my God, it's a play, let me get there. We are, however. But for people who have never been to a play, for people who are interested in just kind of, you know, like a nice date night, a girls' night, anything like that, go out and see a play. Get some drinks. They usually have like a wine or beer cart. So it's a very easy, friendly night. And usually these plays are really, really just entertaining and fun. And just from speaking to you guys, it seems like it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Like absolutely amazing. And I can't wait to go myself.
I know. I'm excited about it, especially from speaking to you all. I'm excited to see you in your roles and the thing, just seeing what you bring to the play. It sounds amazing.
You can get tickets if you go to Moonbox Productions, you can moonboxproductions.com, or you can go to the Mosesian Arts,
How do you spell that?
MOSESIAN arts.org, and you can get tickets from there. Or you can just contact Spark FM online and we'll direct you to where you gotta go, and we'll even give you a pair of tickets if you want to go to it, when you want to go to it.
Yes.
Any last minute words where we can find you, where we can follow you guys personally on social media, anything? Because I want to stay up to date with the movers and the shakers and the shit.
Well, for myself, I'm on Instagram.
Okay.
I'm Luis Negron 369. But what I wanted to throw your way was, you know, we spend, and when I say we, I mean we as a culture, we spend so much time on our devices.
Yes.
What I'd like to invite people to do is put your phones down and come see something. Thank you. I didn't mean at the moment.
I know, I was like, okay, fine.
Pick up your phones if you're going to order tickets.
Yes.
But when you get there,
yeah.
put your phones away and enjoy some live entertainment.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Don't be caught up in that on your Netflix.
Yeah.
Don't be caught up in your little screen watching something. Put it all away and let live entertainment take you on that ride for a while.
Yes.
Your phone's not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's not.
You can pick it up on the way out as you like. As a matter of fact, and hopefully, post about your experience, and hopefully it'll be a wonderful one.
Yes.
But that's what I'd like to say, folks, is that really come enjoy some live theater.
Yes,
Be in the moment.
I love
Yes,
it.
absolutely.
And you've got a great voice.
You do.
Oh, you're very
I'm
kind.
like, great. Let me find his information. Voiceover work. How about let's go with you and then we'll end with the director.
I'm on Instagram at Jaime Hernandez Actor, and I also just want to shout out the nonprofit partner for this production, which is Teatro Chelsea, a company that I co-founded, which is a Latina-based bilingual theater company based out in Chelsea for all Central American, Caribbean, any Latin American country. This is a theater company for you. So I heard Honduran over there. Shout out.
All of us.
Oh, okay. I see everybody. Amazing. Bilingual theater company, and we're putting on each other's stories, the stories that are never put on stage. So
I think that's so important for you to say too. Thank you for that, because I'm gonna look into it.
And it's Jaime, the actor.
Jaime Hernandez Actor on Instagram.
Got it.
And then you, last words.
I'm an old man. I don't know. I don't know about no Instagrams or Twitter or anything like that. Even if I have it, I don't update it. So, but if you want to shoot me out on Instagram, it's agomez2988.
Okay.
And he don't got no time for all this. He's over here directing all the things.
And changing diapers.
And changing diapers. And being a good partner. God damn it.
All the things.
Thank you guys so much for coming. Again, really excited, really inspired to go see this play about family. Right now in America, that's all we have. So we do need to figure out how to work these things through, and what better way is live entertainment to see people play these things out in front of us so we can get some ideas and just kind of have an overall general sense of, making it work. Or not. We will see. Thank you guys so much for coming. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
The all-new Spark FM. Log on to sparkfmonline.com.
Yamba Market. Visit the first Black-owned dispensary in Cambridge. Yamba Market's mission is to participate authentically in building a socially restorative adult cannabis market in Massachusetts and beyond. Their commitment to the Yamba family is to provide an inclusive and exemplary experience focused on a broad selection of unique strains, quality products, and customer journey. Open from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day. 580 Mass Avenue, Central Square, Cambridge, Massachusetts. Registration at yambamarket.com.
Shea Boo's Roller Skating Rink presents the 8th annual Boston Swerve Weekend.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Don't miss out on Boston's biggest skate link-up of the year. Swerve Weekend takes place April 7th through the 9th. It's 3 nights of skating, meet and greets, day parties, music, food, and much more. It's a 21-plus event. You can grab those tickets at eventbrite.com/Boston Swerve 23. For more information, you can check out Boston Swerve on social media or visit SheaVoosRollerRink.com. Once again, their 8th annual Boston Swerve Weekend taking place April 7th through the 9th. Don't miss it. Tell a friend to tell a friend and get linked up.
Finally Home is a must-read step-by-step guide that will equip any first-time home buyer with the knowledge they need to confidently make informed decisions. This book provides answers in simple and clear terms to most, if not all, of the questions you may have about credit, home ownership, and generational wealth. Finally Home equips the reader with the confidence to be engaged with the home buying process without feeling vulnerable or exploited. Tailor-made real estate easy is not just a catchy hashtag. It is real estate agent and radio personality Taylor Andre's goal. A goal to simplify one of the most challenging processes you will go through as an adult. A goal to educate you properly on credit and teach you the strategies to finding the home of your dream. It is not just a good book or an easy read. It is the secret to a seamless home buying experience.
Moonbox Productions is thrilled to present The House of Ramon Iglesia by Jose Rivera. Directed by Arthur Gomez, The House of Ramon Iglesia opens April 14th and runs through April 30th at the Sauciest Center for Arts in Watertown. A poignant play about Americanized son's torturous efforts to break away from his immigrant parents. A break that can't be made until he accepts the ethnic heritage he spent his life trying to suppress. Tickets are $55 for general admission, $45 for seniors, and $20 for student rush half hour prior to performance, and are available at www.mosesianarts.org. Pay what you can. Tickets are available at the door.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head-on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
The all-new Spark FM. Spark FM.
Come on.
Spark FM.
Chick a man be ballin', these chicks pigeon toed, some of them be crawling.
Spark FM.
Oh gosh, it's me again.
New England's #1 urban Caribbean music. Radio. Spark FM.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Radio killer, chip, honey, iced tea, shabarapata, rapapata, chipatata, rapapata, it was Reachma, it was Monique. There's Monique everywhere in that song.
Probably Monique. She names mad names. I'm sure that
Spark FM online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. Saucy and Friends in the morning. We are back, and that was just the House of Ramon Iglesias by the most
House of Ramon Iglesias.
La Casa de Ramon Iglesias.
Love you. Definitely gonna be there. Ooh, Lawanda wants the ticket.
I like Lawanda. She be doing all kinds of cultural things. You know what I'm saying?
Lawanda likes a movie theater. Today is April 5th. We are 5 days into April, and we did not give you guys the news and the weather. Cloudy skies with a few showers later in the day, high of 44 degrees. Yes. Winds in the east-northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour, and chance of rain 30%. It is rather cold.
It's rather
cold. And I decided I wanted to wear a short legging today.
I hate my ankle to be cold.
Me either. Me too. I don't like it. I don't like that at all.
I got on
felt
leg
it.
warmers today.
I should have put on some leg warmers.
Why my phone recording everything I say for?
And then writing it out.
What is going on in the news?
And the news is wild.
Yeah.
So, in the sake of time, while we prepare for our next interview coming up in a few minutes, we have the founder of Boston While Black. I know a lot of you guys are familiar with that organization, so we'll be talking to them coming up soon.
I got a membership.
You got okay membership. Okay, membership. So we'll be talking to them a little bit later and finding out how you guys can join or how you guys can attend the Boston While Black Summit that's coming up at the end of this week. So we'll have Sheena Collier in here a little bit later. But in the meantime, let's get into a few of these news stories to figure out what the hell is going on in America. What you got here, Miss Tony?
I've got, what do we have in America? So yesterday was the day Donald Jackass Trump was arrested.
You can't talk like that about the ex-president or the future president.
This is Donald J. Trump.
But was it arrested?
Was he
It
arrested?
was. I don't know
Not
if we
so
can
much.
call it arrested.
That's white people arrested.
Well, he was escorted to the police station. Then he got onto his private jet and flew back to his house.
Yo, I was
to his
watching that and I
mansion.
said, yo, it must be nice to be charged or indicted on 34 counts and then just be like, all right, I'm in court. All right.
Yeah.
Put me back on my plane that say my name on it so
Yeah.
I can go back to Mars
My
Largo.
plane, my name to my mansion.
To my mansion.
Here we go. Donald Trump rips NYC judge DA after arrest. Screw the gag order warning. They told him not to post on social media or anything. He was like, I could do what I want. I could shoot somebody in the middle of Central Square. What square? And nobody would care. The judge warned Donald Trump, if he continued attacking individuals and institutions, a gag order might be in order. Well, Tuesday night, Trump gave that judge the middle finger. The former president reacted to his historic indictment with a vengeful speech at Mar-a-Lago, railing on not only the lead prosecutor, Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg, but also the judge who fired off the gag order warning. Trump took shots at Bragg throughout his address, calling on Bragg to resign and accusing Bragg of leaking grand jury info. Trump says it's Bragg who should be facing prosecution, not him. And he says the indictment is light on specifics and Bragg has absolutely no case.
Cost and this,
Let's see.
before he knew anything about me, didn't know a thing about me. He was campaigning.
I hate
As it
this.
turns out, virtually everybody that has looked at this case, including rhinos and even hardcore Democrats, say there is no crime and that it should never have been brought. With a local failed district attorney charging a former president of the United States for the first time in history on a basis that every single pundit and legal analyst said, there is no case. There's no case. They kept saying, there's no case.
What they said. Marjorie Taylor Greene said there's no case either.
Yes, she did.
Virtually everyone. But it's far worse than that because he knew there was no case. That's why last week he delayed for a month and then immediately took that back and threw this ridiculous indictment together. Came out today, everybody said, this is not really an indictment. There's nothing here. My lawyers came to me and they said, there's nothing here. They're not even saying what you did.
That man looked like he's sweating.
The criminal is the district attorney because he illegally leaked massive amounts of grand jury information.
Oh, yes,
Have a
everybody's
Trump-hating
cheering for him
judge?
like he's a hero.
With a Trump-hating wife and family.
Turn him off. I'm tired of him. Anyhow, he's stupid. And
you
he's
know,
got stupid hair.
You guys always talking about this man's hair, but I'm impressed. How does it stay there? Like it stays perfectly coiffed in the front.
That is many cans of Aquanet.
I also was telling my family yesterday that I really would like to be Donald Trump for one day. Because it must be, think about it though. Imagine how lit that is.
What's the I just saw a South Park episode where the dude was Donald Trump. He turned into Donald Trump.
What? Slowly? I sent you, Chris, Coach Chris sent the a mugshot. I sent it to your phone. I don't know if you got it. You can put that up there. What was interesting to me about yesterday was there were lots of protests happening in New York while he was there.
Is this real?
There were many, probably not. There were many people, but I think it's funny. There were many people who were protesting against Donald Trump and many people who were protesting for Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
There were a lot of white people who were against him, which I thought was very, very interesting. Not saying that all white people are Trumpies, but I didn't know that was a majority. There's a picture here in this article of outside of Mar-a-Lago, Everybody is lined. The street is lined with Trump 2024 people, and it's just so crazy.
I feel like that's what scares me the most is that no matter what, like, and we always say it here, Trump said that he can kill somebody in the middle of whatever and nothing would ever happen. I literally feel like the man is invincible. And somebody will have to convince me. I'll have to see it for myself to see Trump really not be able to run for presidency and or get elected again. There's a very huge possibility that the man could potentially get elected again.
And what's scary is that this probably increases his popularity amongst those people.
He has raised over $8 million since they said that he was indicted.
Yep. The people are donating to him.
Yes, they're donating $47 to him.
They are sacrificing their tifus in order to send money to Donald Trump. And that is the truth. I'm not making that up. So anyhow, that was a major story that happened yesterday. We also got really, really tragic news. The Cash App creator has died following a stabbing in San Francisco. Bob Lee, who was the creator of Cash App and the former technology chief at Square, has died after an unknown attacker stabbed him. Bob Lee, the former chief technology officer of Square.
Stabbing the Cash App dude?
Yes, he was San Francisco in the early hours of Tuesday, April 4th, local time. Bill Barrett, the CEO of crypto wallet company Abra, tweeted on April 5th that Bob Lee was killed in San Francisco earlier today, sharing a report from a local media outlet that reported on Lee's death but did not name him. It says, the tweet says, I just got devastating news that our friend Bob Lee was killed in San Francisco today. Bob was a dad, the former CTO of Square, where he created Cash App, and CTO of Coin Mobile. He was a generous, decent man, human being who didn't deserve to be killed. Jack Dorsey also confirmed the death of Lee on the decentralized social media platform Northstar. It's real, getting calls, heartbreaking. On April 4th, an April 4th notice from the San Francisco Police Department explained officers attended to a report of a stabbing at approximately 2:35 a.m. local time, finding a 43-year-old adult male suffering from apparent stab wounds, adding that the officers rendered aid and summoned medics to the scene. The victim was transported to the local hospital with life-threatening injuries. Despite efforts from first responders and medical personnel, the victim succumbed to his injuries.
Executive in San Francisco. Cryptocurrency startup MobileCoin confirms Bob Lee was killed early Tuesday morning. Lee was the founder of Cash App and the chief product officer of MobileCoin. San Francisco police say it happened on Main Street in the city's Rincon Hill neighborhood just after 2:30 in the morning Tuesday. When officers arrived, they found Lee with stab wounds. He was taken to a hospital where we're told he later died. This morning, MobileCoin CEO Joshua Goldbard sent this statement saying, quote, Bob was a force of nature. He helped to birth Android and Cash App into our world. Wow. Mobi was his dream, a privacy-protecting wallet for the 21st century. I will miss him every day. On Twitter, people are also remembering him using his Crazy Bob Twitter handle. Kyle Zink says, quote, was scheduled to work on MobileCoin with you tomorrow morning at Crazy Bob. You always believed in me. I'll be forever grateful. Now, no arrests have been made in this case, and San Francisco police have not yet released any details related to possible suspects. Of course, we'll keep you updated. Amanda.
That's wild.
That's wild. It's crazy.
That's terrible.
Yeah. And then this very last story, because, these stories that I have for you just get crazier and crazier. A man was arrested after bringing 1,000 rounds of ammo, several guns, a chicken foot, holy water, and other things to North Carolina A&T's campus. Police.
What do you think what do you think that he was going to do? He was going to do a seance before he killed everybody or after?
I don't know, but this story here that I chose to report to talk to this about doesn't name the chicken foot and the other things, but he did have 2 handguns, 2 shotguns, 1 rifle, a crossbow, a machete, a stun gun, hatchets, knives, choking devices, pepper spray, a blow dart gun, brass knuckles, chicken foot, and holy water. They said there was also more than 1,000.
He had a blow dart? Like when
like that. Like that.
Was he going to self-war?
I don't know, but so he was on the North Carolina A&T campus. He was not associated with North Carolina A&T at all. He was going there to F some S up, obviously. But I think that what he was carrying was too heavy, So he wasn't able to carry out what he thought he was going to do. The GPD hazardous devices team also responded due to potential threat of an explosive device, which turned out to be fireworks. Bentley, his name is Brandon Bentley, 27 years old. He was charged with violent, making threats to law enforcement and chasing unarmed security guards on the campus. He has been charged with multiple weapons offenses, including having a gun on educational property. Police said he has been released from custody. He's been released?
Wow.
He's been released? Police said he's been released from custody.
Released into the jail or what? Because why would you release it?
Why they release him for?
Why would you do it? Why would you release it?
Why would they release him?
No. That's foolishness.
Wait. We have to find another story. Anyhow.
I have it.
Okay, please.
Because that's crazy. Tell me what would be the actual say that they would say to me to say, oh yeah, we released him because
Riot campus with several weapons and hundreds of rounds of ammunition. On March 26th, Greensboro police responded to North Carolina A&T State University for a heavily armed man. Campus police said Brandon Bentley was violent and making threats toward law enforcement. When Greensboro officers arrived, Bentley had been chasing unarmed security guards on campus. He was eventually taken into custody. Police found 2 handguns, 2 shotguns, a rifle, a crossbow, machete, stun gun, hatchets, knives, choking devices, pepper spray, blow dart guns, brass knuckles, fireworks, and other weapons inside his vehicle. He also had more than 1,000 rounds of ammunition. Bentley was charged with multiple weapons offenses, including having a firearm, weapon, and explosive device on educational property. The university confirms Bentley had no affiliation.
Yeah.
Blow
dart gun.
What is a blow dart gun?
Oh, wow. 36-inch 2-piece 40 caliber blow dart gun on Amazon. You can get it right from Amazon. Okay.
Don't say that. Don't tell the people.
Literally. How come that's what it looks like? I'm sorry, guys. I mean, it could have been a toy. Yeah. It's only $20.29.
I don't know. That's the national news that I have for you guys.
Some quick local stories. 21 funeral services are set for Boston activist Mel King. For those of you guys who have been asking for that information, longtime Boston activist and former state representative Mel King, who died last Tuesday at 94, will be honored with 2 memorial events next week. A public viewing with community witness will take place on Monday, April 10th, from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. at United Methodist Church in the South End. This event will also feature a speaking program for remarks and testimonials of community members impacted by Mr. Mel King's life and legacy. A funeral service for King will be held at the church on Tuesday at noon. So that would be Tuesday, April 11th at noon. Due to limited capacity, guest tickets will be required for in-person admission. Organizers said in a statement, ticketing details will be posted at unionboston.org/Mel King. The funeral service will be live streamed in several places: Boston City Hall, the Bruce Bowling Municipal Building in Nubian Square, on the church's website. A Sunday brunch will be held April 16th from 2 to 5 at the Florian Hall in Dorchester in lieu of a repast. A community trailblazer, King was the first Black person to reach a Boston mayoral general election.
If you guys don't know, he always did Sunday brunch every Sunday at his house for quite some years.
Really?
Mel King, yeah.
I didn't know that. Oh, that makes it even more special that they're going to turn it into a brunch instead. That's amazing. He later said that his campaign marked what historians will recognize as a turning point in the social, cultural, and political history of Boston. So again, that is April 10th and 11th. And you guys can get tickets for that to go and see it in person, or it'll be streamed live on air. Multiple elementary students were taken to the hospital over some spicy chewing gum.
Oh no.
So some about 6 kids were taken to the hospital. One of the kids ordered the spicy chewing gum online. The gum product, which was purchased online by the student, contained levels of pepper that caused digestive issues for the students who ingested it, including burning of the mouth and esophagus. In addition, the superintendent said students who touched the spicy gum but did not ingest it suffered immediate skin reactions, including eye irritation if they rubbed their eyes after touching it. 6 total students were taken to the hospital in ambulance, and I'm not sure what kind of gum this was.
I heard the story and it didn't sound right.
Yeah.
The students them got sick by touching the gum.
That sounds like fentanyl.
Right.
Like as I was reading it, I was like, "What kind of spicy gum do you buy online?
What is it, from a joke shop or something?"
A message to parents. It doesn't really say. He asked parents and guardians to speak with children about bringing candy to school or accepting such items from other students. Those items are not permitted as part of the school district's wellness policy because it's difficult for young students to understand that items can often contain ingredients that others are allergic to. I just don't know what kind of gum this could have possibly be.
I just keep on thinking that CK would have loved that gum.
He would have loved that gum.
Yeah.
He would have ate it and he would have shared it with all of his friends.
Oh, yes.
No kids like pepper, so for
No,
that to-
CK loves
Oh, really?
pepper.
Yes, it's a little obsessive.
Yeah.
And then
I did too, though, but yeah.
And Maya.
Yep, Maya definitely.
Oh, y'all got the same birthday.
Flavor Flav meets Harvard students. I be knowing about these things.
Flavor
Flav, and he donated one of his favorite watches to the hip hop archives. Clocks, yeah, clocks to the So that's dope for him. I'm really excited.
Yeah, boy.
Yesterday.
We got video from it. Let me see.
Let's go to that because I think that's really cool. He's here today, yesterday and today.
Oh, he's here today.
Yes.
Where art thou, Flavor?
Harvard.
At
Harvard. So
wow, dude, think about it. I mean, just think about it real quick.
Yes.
Flavor Flav.
Mm-hmm.
Crackhead, he's recovered now, but he
back
was
in the
a little
day.
crackhead back in the day is now speaking in
Harvard. Flavor Flav has officially crossed over into the Ivy Leagues after spending today and tomorrow at the Harvard University schooling students about the roots of hip hop culture. TMZ obtained video of the Public Enemy legend lending his expertise to the language arts to students within Harvard through a table read at Emily Dickinson's 1896 poem, A Clock Stopped, and how it tied into rappers' bars over time. Here is the video. That's dope.
What's going on here?
Hey, we're on the volume.
Did I say that right? Right, I say it right. So,
all right, here we go.
All right.
Presentation, which is a donation to the Harvard University Nation. Did I say that right?
You said it right.
I say it right. I say it right.
You said it right.
So, keep it real all the way to my grave. I had a good time here at Harvard. You know what I'm saying? Nice to meet all y'all and the whole nine. And honestly, yeah, I do have a clock that I want to present to you guys. Obviously, it hasn't arrived yet. So what I'm going to do is something special that I don't do. I know one thing, this clock better be somewhere where I can see it. You know why? Because I'm going to take this clock right here off of my neck. I'm going to donate it to you guys.
Oh, man.
What are those clocks made out of? They sound so hollow.
Who do I give it to?
It's on behalf of the Hip Hop Archive and Harvard University and the Department of African Americans said, thank you, this is a great honor.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I want a Flavor Flav clock. Maybe the one that they were supposed to get, they'll send to us.
You got another one in
And this one there was worn by me.
I know.
The one that y'all was getting wasn't worn by me. But it was made for y'all.
All right. Well, we can swap later.
No, you know what? We ain't gonna even swap. You know why? Because I'd rather y'all have it worn by me.
Okay, great. That makes it more
It
special.
makes it more special to me too, Doc.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
I love me some Flavor Flav.
All right.
So fun. People don't give Flavor Flav enough credit for all the things that he's done for this culture, like reality shows.
Yeah.
Reality dating shows. Because he was the first reality dating show that had me hooked every single season. And it was 3 of them. No, I'm dead ass.
Stop it.
Dead ass. Flavor Flav had one of the best dating shows in the history of dating shows of America, and it was one of the pioneers of that thing.
It was pivotal.
Yeah, it was pivotal. And nobody was doing that with black people then. Bachelor was out, but ain't nobody was paying attention to that.
Yeah.
And Flavor Flav, I mean, they trash now, except Love is Blind is getting good. But Flavor Flav
Is it back? It's back?
It's back.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
They're releasing 3 episodes and 3 episodes. But I do think that we do need to pronouncing the flavor. I speak English. Flavor Flav. But yeah, I would love to talk to Flavor Flav is definitely one of the people that I would love to talk to.
Yeah. Shout out to Chuck D too. He was also on over the weekend. He was on Drink Champs.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. With that said, people, we're going to go to a quick commercial break and we'll be right back. We'll be talking to Boston Wild Black founder Sheena Collier, and we'll be talking about the summit that's coming up and all the great things that comes with being a black person in Boston, Massachusetts. Keep it locked right here. Spark FM Online, Saucy and Friends in the Morning.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the Morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
The all-new Spark FM. Spark FM. Log on to sparkfmonline.com.
Yamba Market. Visit the first Black-owned dispensary in Cambridge. Yamba Market's mission is to participate authentically in building a socially restorative adult cannabis market in Massachusetts and beyond. Their commitment to the Yamba family is to provide an inclusive and exemplary experience focused on a broad selection of unique strains, quality products, and customer journey. Open from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day. 580 Mass Avenue, Central Square, Cambridge, Massachusetts. Registration at yambamarket.com.
Shavu's Roller Skating Rink presents the 8th annual Boston Swerve Weekend.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Don't miss out on Boston's biggest skate link-up of the year. Swerve Weekend takes place April 7th through the 9th. It's 3 nights of skating, meet and greets, day parties, music, food, and much more. It's a 21-plus event. You can grab those tickets at eventbrite.com/Boston Swerve 23. For more information, you can check out Boston Swerve on social media or visit ShavuzRollerRink.com. Once again, their 8th annual Boston Swerve Weekend taking place April 7th through the 9th. Don't miss it. Tell a friend to tell a friend and get linked up.
Finally Home is a must-read step-by-step guide that will equip any first-time homebuyer with the knowledge they need to confidently make informed decisions. This book provides answers in simple and clear terms to most, if not all, of the questions you may have about credit, homeownership, and generational wealth. Finally Home equips the reader with the confidence to be engaged with the home buying process without feeling vulnerable or exploited. Tailor-made Real Estate Easy is not just a catchy hashtag. It is real estate agent and radio personality Taylor Andre's goal. A goal to simplify one of the most challenging processes you will go through as an adult. A goal to educate you properly on credit and teach you the strategies to finding the home of your dream. It is not just a good book or an easy read. It is the secret to a seamless home buying experience.
Moonbox Productions is thrilled to present The House of Ramon Iglesia by Jose Rivera. Directed by Arthur Gomez, The House of Ramon Iglesia opens April 14th and runs through April 30th at the Mosesian Center for Arts in Watertown. A poignant play about Americanized son's torturous efforts to break away from his immigrant parents. A break that can't be made until he accepts the ethnic heritage he spent his life trying to suppress. Tickets are $55 for general admission, $45 for seniors, and $20 for student rush half hour prior to performance, and are available at www.mosesianarts.org. Pay what you can. Tickets are available at the door.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
The all-new Spark FM. Spark FM.
Come on.
Spark FM.
Chicken man be ballin', these chicks pigeon toed, some of them be crawling.
Spark FM.
Oh gosh, it's me again.
New England's #1 urban Caribbean music. Radio. Spark FM.
Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. We are back. Saucy and Friends in the morning. And like we promised, we had a double whammy. It's a double header today. That means we got another very, very special guest. And I'm pretty sure if you guys are not living under a rock, I actually hate when interview people say that. Like, if you're not living under a rock, then you know. Sometimes I don't know. And I don't live under a rock. But you guys know Sheena Collier from Boston While Black. How you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Do I have to do this when I speak? I'm wonderful. I'm excited to finally be invited to the morning show.
We here. You can even push that down. It will go where you go.
Okay.
Yes, it goes where you go.
All right.
Make sure you comfortable.
Thank you.
So Sheena Collier, finally we've got her in the building.
Yes. Excited to be here.
Yes. Boston While Black, Collier Connection. Tell us what those are.
Yes. Well, so Collier Connection is my first business. That was when I was trying to figure out how to monetize my skills.
Yeah.
So I started off doing event planning, and Boston While Black grew out of that because I was doing events around the city, bringing together Black folks. But one of the things I kept hearing from people was, we've talked about it, like, you're waiting, like, oh, I'm waiting to go to Stepping Out. I'm waiting to go to this. I'm waiting. Like, what about in between?
Right.
And there's a lot of events that happen around the city, but I think just trying to provide people with more of a space of ongoing connection. So decided to make it into a membership, and we launched in July 2020. We have our own app and digital platform, and then we do events for our members and then public events.
So what made you say we should do a membership for this? Because we want people to really kind of commit to wanting to increase the Black foothold here in Boston.
I came here 18 years ago.
Wow.
And, I think that there's a lot of dope things that happen around the city. I came from Atlanta, Georgia, but I'm from Albany, New York.
Albany.
Not Albany.
Albany.
And so I came here, had my own experience of trying to struggle, navigate Boston. But what I kept hearing from people over time is just, even folks from here, just wanting to have a more visible, like, Black folks are here, right?
Yeah.
We've all been other places.
Is there Black people in Boston?
Right. We've all been places where people ask us that, like, shocked when you say that you're from Boston, which is crazy. But we know it's because of the Black culture and community isn't given a lot of visibility here.
Yeah.
You watching, like, The Town and Departed and all these things, Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Yeah. So before you came here, did you feel that way about Boston?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Really? Absolutely. Yeah. And I didn't want to come here. I came here to go to grad school at Harvard. But I was at Harvard. But I was nervous to come.
Yeah.
I really was.
Yeah.
And I'm coming from Atlanta.
Yeah.
At a
Black
HBCU.
Mecca.
Right. So I came up here to visit with my mother and brother, and I was like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And, mamas, my mother was like, sis, you got into Harvard University. I don't care what happens in that time that you're there. You're going to be able for the rest of your life to say that you went to Harvard.
Yeah.
Like, you could do it. So that's really what motivated me to come. But my plan, as many people that come here for school or for work, was to immediately leave.
Yeah.
Like, I spent that whole time looking for jobs in other places. And I just got a job in Boston first.
Yeah.
And so that's what initially kept me here.
Oh, okay.
But as my social life, once I realized I was going to be here, I was like, all right, I got to build what I want to see.
Yeah.
And again, there was things going on. So I came in 2004. So you got like First Fridays, 30 plus was going on.
Yes.
Like there was a lot of stuff that was happening. But again, it was like, okay, we're going this one night or this one day, but how do I connect with people in between that?
Yes.
So how did Boston While Black come about? So like what was the motive behind that? Besides just how did you think that you were gonna bring all these Black people that have been here and then get them to join this membership so that we can connect more?
I didn't know. I was scared. For real. I had people telling me over the year, because I started to build up my own networking community, I was becoming the plug for other people. So people would be like, oh, my homegirl's coming to visit. Can you show her around this weekend? Or such and such needs a job. Can you? And I literally felt like I was doing it as a full-time job.
Yeah.
And so I was frankly was like, how do I like build a business out of this? Like, because I really like doing it.
Right.
I didn't know people would. I was actually very nervous. Boston While Black launched, but I had been thinking about it for a year or so before that. And what really pushed me over the edge and gave me the courage was I went to Ghana.
Yes.
At the end of 2019.
For what
year of the return?
The year,
Yeah.
Afrofest.
What is it?
It was called Afrocello at the time.
That was it. Afrocella. Yeah.
But so I went there for 2 weeks, but it was the year of the return.
Yeah.
And that was my first time in a Black country. And I was like, yo, this feeling of us represented everywhere, like how can I give people a little bit of this feeling? Like obviously Boston's not gonna be Ghana,
right?
But how can we create and have more spaces for ourselves? And so that's what gave me the courage to, when I came back at the top of 2020, I announced that I was launching Boston While Black. And then the pandemic hit.
Because I was going to say.
Good old pan. The good old pan.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, what did that do for the business?
Well, one, I was like, okay, so that's not going to be happening. Because my original vision, which we're getting back to it now, was we're taking up space around the city.
Yeah.
And so, we were all home. And so I was like, that's not going to happen. But by that time, I had built up a waiting list. And people were actually reaching out to me like,
when are we going along?
Yeah. And just like, we need something because I had already left my job at that point and I was a consultant. But for a lot of people, they were thrust into working from home.
Yeah.
People had never, then you have people like me who are not from here. So I truly didn't see another human being for months.
Yeah.
Maybe outside with my neighbors, like to kind of wave and check on.
Right.
But people that didn't have family here, like I really couldn't see.
I was like, I see my son every day. I didn't have to see that boy.
I really was truly isolated. So I had folks that were like, hey, can you still do something? So we decided to launch in July as a strictly digital membership.
Yes.
And it was popping.
Yeah.
Like we got 100 people. We only opened it to 100 people and it sold out within like 7 hours.
Yeah. And that's because people needed that at that time. So that was
How opposition. Have you ever faced
Spark FM?
Any of that, in building this from, I've heard Black people speak, like a membership for Black people.
I know.
We've been Black. How did that go?
I know. No. What's funny is what I've realized along the way, and this is even before Boston While Black, because here's the thing, Black people.
Talk that talk.
I've been doing stuff in Boston.
Yeah.
I'm just happen to be on new people's radar, so they think that it's new, but and I think the work that I was doing before was more community, family, children oriented. So no one cared.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it just wasn't.
No one knew about it.
Right. No one knew about it. But what I've realized is just building a business in particular. You have some people just ain't your customer.
Yeah. Your target. That's not my target
they're
audience.
Not your target. And you can't get kind of dissuaded by that because there are a lot of people who do want it and do like it. And even if you look at other cities, I think that's part of it too. This is not rare in other cities. Social clubs, like places where people go, like that's just a part of the fabric of the city. So I understand that it's a newer way to come together in Boston. But I've had to really deal with over time or just accept that that's cool. That person's just not our customer.
Right.
You can come to the public events. You can come to the summit, the reunion. And there's people that want it. We have over 1,200 members. Like, there are people that want it.
I have a membership.
I know. Listen, the Spark family is part of it. The Spark family.
Oh, then she's like, oh, I have a membership. Oh,
Our family is part of it.
We are outside.
We hung out in Antigua last
Yes,
summer.
we did. Yes, we did.
Look, membership has its perks.
We be outside.
Yeah.
The summit. Well, yeah, the summit that is coming up next week.
Yes.
Tell us about the motivation behind that and what the summit is for those that don't know.
Yeah, so the summit is called How to Boston While Black.
Mhm.
And it actually is the idea I had before the membership. Because I thought about, imagine when someone lived here or moved here, you could say, hey, go to this. There's this crash course of like how to navigate the city.
Yeah.
In a couple of days, you can meet other Black people. You can meet Black elected officials. You can learn about where to get your hair done, like all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what eventually grew into the membership. But so the summit is kind of a shortened version or in real life version of what we do all the time in Boston While Black. And it's kind of like a remix on a conference. So
Yeah.
it's a conference, but
What's the difference between a summit and a conference?
I think it's just language.
Okay.
Yeah, I think language. I think summit sounds
Summit
more.
sounds like you're gonna be elevated.
Yeah,
and it sounds more youthful.
Right.
Conference
Yeah.
sounds like I'm gonna get a bag and I can put mad things in.
Right.
Yeah.
But VIP ticket holders do get a bag.
I like bags.
But yeah, so yes, there's sessions like if you went to a conference. However, these are not sessions you're gonna get at a normal conference. We have sessions on, are people still dating? Like
Yeah.
is relationships still a thing? We have sessions on people talking about building power through property ownership.
Oh.
How do you build a wealth building plan?
Mhm.
Like, and actually that's going to be hosted by Chase Bank of like, how do you actually build a wealth? So it's just things that if you think about the things you actually need and want in your life,
Yeah. You can find them there.
you can find it there. And this is hearing from people who have done it and people who are navigating the city. And then we add in the fun pieces. So we have a VIP lounge. We have performances this year. Have we announced that this year?
No.
I don't think we've announced. So this year we have Billie Dean Thomas.
Ooh.
We have Portia O.
Oh, I love Portia.
We have Courtney Boston, who's hosting. We have DJ Baby Indiglo, who's DJing. So it's also a vibe. It's a party there. We had DJ White Sham last year. And then we also
And then your
our keynote.
Yes.
Yes, Miss Pinky Cole,
Yes.
founder of Slutty Vegan.
I'm excited about that.
$100 million empire.
So mad. I'm excited about it. I'm not even gonna be
I know.
here. And I'm
My
so
sauce is
mad.
gonna be out of town. I know. I told her, listen, we're on a vacation. Right?
What time on the 14th?
Right.
We come
Right.
back
We get-
that day.
Caller, we do have a caller on the line. Are you there? Spark FM. Hello. Weirdos. Okay. Pinky Cole. That's a big. I listened to her. How I built this the other day.
Oh,
and
does
just,
she have one? Oh, I need
she
to listen to
does.
that.
It's really good.
Nice.
Put it in the group chat.
Yeah.
That's big. How did that come about?
So we wanted to bring. Here's the thing with Boston. Back to what we said. Like, there's culture here.
Yeah.
There's Black people doing dope things. There is, and this is historical into now.
Mm-hmm.
Because people don't see that all the time, what ends up happening is we get passed over. There's shows that don't come here. There's kind of movements that don't come here. And so
and then because when New Edition announced their tour, there wasn't a
Boston
stop in
date.
Boston.
I
It
know.
was
And we were like,
I know. I saw people going in on Homeboy on Instagram.
You're like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
what that mean?
Yeah.
So,
But I will say, I have no knowledge of why,
Yeah.
but I will just understanding how Boston operates too. And this is a whole nother conversation, but something I think Boston just doesn't do well is like really support its hometown heroes.
Yep.
Because they probably had a venue issue.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
like no one Boston. So
No, you can't come here today.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm New Edition.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
I am Boston.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I think there's a lot that gets missed around the city really embracing and understanding the power of Black dollar here, and just understanding Black culture here. And so with Pinky's building around the country, this movement, I wanted her to come here and talk about it.
Yeah.
And maybe bring it here.
Yeah.
And shoot, that would be great. That'd be a. Not only do you guys have the How to Boston While Black, you guys also have the family reunion. That's
Yes.
another huge thing
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
a lot of people are like, yo,
Yeah.
Lawn on D, First year, what was it?
We had
five?
about 5,000 people the first year,
Mhm.
8,000 last summer.
And this year is most likely going to be a lot more.
Yeah.
What was that like, kind of navigating that?
Yeah. Well, so one, my family is big on family reunions.
Mhm.
So I'm from New York, but my family's from the South. And my grandmother had 9 kids. And so they were very intentional about making sure we all, like, I know my 3rd, 4th, 5th cousins.
Yeah.
Because we did reunions every year. So I just grew up with that understanding that that's what Black people do in the summer. You have a family reunion.
We outside. We have a cookout.
Right. You have your cookout.
Yeah.
You have your dance contest.
The
Like, you
t-shirts.
do all of that. You wear your t-shirts with your family name on it. So I just wanted to do that through Boston While Black.
Yeah.
Along with that, one of the pieces of our mission is bringing Black people into spaces we're not typically in around the city. And so the Lawn on D was somewhere I had been before. I had been talking to them for years of like, just give me the lawn. Like, I swear, like, I can do this. Right. I'm going to show y'all what it looks like. So that finally happened. And yeah, we had that first year when we had 5,000 people, we threw it together really quickly. We promoted that for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Did you know that it was going to be that big?
No.
Did you feel it?
No.
I mean, and that's like, that has to be like historic. 5,000 Black people in South Boston in one place. South Boston.
Hanging out with black ass music, doing black ass things.
Line dancing, spades
competition.
Right. Just very different. And what's crazy, y'all, is that first year, there was maybe Hot Sauce was all in it defending us.
Man, listen,
there was a 200-300 comment Facebook thread of Black people being like, don't do this in South Boston.
Why would you do this? Don't do this. Why can't you bring it to our hood? We don't belong there.
People
South
were very
Boston
upset.
Really?
Yeah, Hot Sauce was in there. And I started to I almost canceled it.
Yeah.
Because now I feel like this every year. I'm going to feel it again when we get closer to it. I feel a personal responsibility that I'm basically like co-signing a place for people.
Absolutely. Yes.
And so when people were expressing those concerns, I was like, damn, like what if something does happen? Like maybe I shouldn't. So that was scary. But then once people experienced it, I mean, I've run into people who are like, yo, my grandmother who doesn't go anywhere it was like, baby, do you know people, my friends' family telling them about me. Like, do you know about Boston Wall?
Yeah.
Because it just, again,
different.
we have things around the summer in the city, but I think it just was a new space for people.
Right.
And just and I think because of the almost like compact nature of the lawn, you just get to see everything that's happening.
Yeah.
So it's literally from babies to grandparents.
Right. And I think that like, a lot of the festivals and jamborees and all that stuff that we used to have in the hood turned into something that they shouldn't have been.
Right.
So the kite festival, which was, for kids to go and fly kites, turned into the fight festival. And
Dang, I never heard that name.
It was the fight festival because it got like really, really crazy.
Yeah.
There were all these other events that we used to look forward to that just kind of got diminished because of the violence that impacted them.
Yeah.
So then we take it into a space, you took it into a space down in South Boston and there's no incidents.
Yeah.
So that, like that's just become so special.
And
to
I
Boston.
think the more that I just came back from Cartagena, Colombia, and they have this area, it's kind of like Wynwood in Miami, where people are just out. And I was talking with my homegirl who I was with, like, could we have this in Boston? And I think part of the challenge, it's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy because we don't have those things. When we get it, people don't know how to treat it.
Yeah, they don't know how to act.
Yeah, they don't know how to treat it because if you saw the street, people were just out, and I was like, could we have this? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think you have to keep doing the things to get people. Someone came up to me last year at Lawn on D, and she was someone I didn't know, and she was like, I honestly was scared to come because she was like, I hate to say this, but because I knew it was gonna be thousands of Black people. It's a Black woman.
That's a real ass fear.
Yeah.
That's really that, and it's a fair question too, because that's something that, like, in talking to different areas, that's something that you almost have to put up in the forefront. Like, we want a very safe and uneventful event.
Right.
We don't want no mess. We don't want any messiness. You almost have to lead with that because the negative connotation almost follows you as a Black person with that. Yeah.
I know. But the both years, the public safety came up to me afterwards, and this isn't about us being Black, it's just about the number of people. They were like, this is our first event. There wasn't one incident report.
Mm-hmm.
Like we didn't even have to give out a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
And that's a lot with thousands of people. So
Yeah.
I think there's just an energy. People come there with a certain, like, we're gonna treat the space a certain way.
Yeah.
Because there was definitely a range of types of people there.
Yes.
And I think just
it's a range.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you doing here? Okay.
playing what's it called?
Dice.
No, not dice.
Pickleball.
Yeah. What's the game? Hacky,
hacky sack. Oh, I used to play hacky sack in Belmont all the time.
Yeah. That's still not even a name. But y'all know what I mean. You're throwing the thing into the hole.
Oh, cornhole.
Yes, cornhole.
Yes, cornhole.
Which is not semi-English with black.
But people love it, right? They're down
Absolutely,
they love
absolutely.
it. So yes, the reunion is a huge time for that. And then the summit is, it's a professional event. But again, with some swag.
Yeah.
With some culture. We
black.
might break out in a Soul Train line. We might there's a lot that happens there. So today is the last day to get tickets.
So yes,
for the summit.
Where do we get tickets from the summit?
Summit.bostonwhileblack.com. Get your employer to buy your ticket. So what a lot of folks have been doing is either getting their job. It's professional development, getting their job to buy it. And what's been dope is a lot of companies actually been buying. We have a discount on like 10 or more tickets, so they've been buying bundles for.
Oh, good.
That's so nice. That's so
ticket bundles for employees, and so there's just, I think, the people that came last year. When you get surveys out after events, I never fill those out.
But I'm a survey filler. I've been like, I like it. Do this.
I know, I'm bad about it. But last year when we sent out our posts, we got like almost half the people there that filled it out. Because people just wanted to tell us how life-changing this was.
Yeah.
There were people that were like, I've lived here for 5 years. That's the first time I've ever felt that type of energy.
Yeah.
And because think about where most people work, you don't see that during the day.
Mm-hmm.
Like when during the day, even when I worked in the financial district at lunchtime, I would be like, I know Black people work in these companies.
Right.
Like, are people not getting lunch? Like, where's everybody
People
at?
don't eat. They eat it in their cars because they don't want to have to talk to nobody.
In their cubicle, eating their sandwich.
So I think for folks in the, corporate space, entrepreneurial space in Boston, this is a professional experience you're not going to get somewhere else.
Yeah, this is awesome.
So
I love this. So the Boston While Black, How to Boston While Black Summit happens April 13th and 14th at the Westin Copley Plaza. That's over 10 Huntington Avenue. You can go right onto summit.bostonwhileblack.com. I believe Tristan will put it into the comment section so you guys can see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys can register. Today's the last day. Why is the last day?
I know, because you gotta make them name badges.
Yes.
You gotta give your food orders.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. We'll see.
Wait, you feeding the people?
Oh yeah.
They got food and coffee and tea.
Let me give
cookies.
one last full commercial so y'all know everything that's happening.
Yes.
So we have Pinky Cole, keynote speaker. We have performances. We have a DJ. We have about 20 sessions that are happening. Along with Pinky Cole, we have one of our hometown heroes leading a conversation on reimagining Boston as a fun city, Miss Free. So we're going to have a session, a conversation about, with our Corrine, our new director of nightlife economy.
Yes, yep.
Talking about nightlife in Boston, or just social life in Boston. We have sessions on how to find a professional mentor. We have a session on networking for introverts.
Oh, good. I need that one. I hate it.
What does it look like to network? Really, anything you can think of. How do Black people get equity through policy? Like with Rep. Ayanna Pressley and Senator Liz Miranda, Commissioner Ava Concepcion. Like we have some heavy hitters. And what I think is great too is we have people who are not always on people's radar.
Yeah.
And who are coming and speaking, because a lot of us are doing dope work in the city and have things to share.
Right.
And then we have, we do have the swag bag if you have a VIP.
What's going to be in the swag bag?
I'm not sure. We're actually getting a lot of Black-owned products donated from around the country.
Very nice.
But the bag is the gift.
The VIP is sold out already, though.
VIP is sold out. That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. But we'll see what happens in the next couple of days. We do have some amazing sponsors: United Housing Management, CareQuest, the city of Boston and Babson College, who bought tickets for other people.
Oh, that's sweet.
So next week
Very
we
nice.
will be doing some giveaways. They want to make
Send
sure.
some over here. Oh,
well, these are for people in need. I don't
we
know.
do need. We broke.
And there's a job fair as well.
There's a job fair going on. Yes, that absolutely. So we have over 15 companies who are there to hire you on the spot.
Oh,
we have a space for interviews
on the spot.
Yeah, Liberty Mutual, State Street, who's our platinum sponsor, who's really making sure this happens. Museum of Science, National Grid, like a number of companies that'll be there hiring.
So come dressed to
make sure.
impress.
That's right.
We got a VIP headshots gonna
people
be
are getting
there.
If you need to get your headshots updated. I mean, it's so much going on in one space. It's dope. And then just lastly, we're gonna have we haven't promoted this yet, but a closing exclusive. What did DJ Clue used to say? I wish I could do the sound.
Glue.
Yeah.
Glue.
Kristen looked like he was about to drop it. I was like,
I'm looking at your sessions and stuff like that. Let me ask you a question. This might be a controversial question.
Okay, let me put my mic down.
Do you find it difficult working with people of our culture?
Mm-hmm.
Do you find it difficult
trying
to get people to link together, just to work together?
So that is an issue I hear come up a lot in Boston. You mean as far as collaborating?
Meaning, when you're working with this person, I don't mess with this person, so I'm not going to. Do you find a lot of that, and how do you combat?
Yeah, I'll say for me personally, and I'm not a saint, but I understand the bigger picture of what we're trying to do for Black people.
Right.
So I do work with people I don't care for.
Absolutely.
I should say. And they may never know, and other people may never know, right? Like I just, because I understand that there's just bigger things at stake. Like we got too much to do to be getting caught up on pettiness.
Absolutely.
However, there's definitely a lot that happens around the city, even towards me, where people, they have misconceptions and so they don't want to be involved.
I don't like her, so I'm not going to this great event where I can learn some stuff and get some resources and some help and assistance.
But what I find, even like the family reunion is a perfect example. It's thousands of people. I definitely peep folks that I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Glad you came out. Because for me, it's like, I'm doing this for all of us. I really am. I have my circle, so I'm not seeking out friendships in this. I'm really like trying to build community with other people. So even when we bring the speakers together, we put these panels together. So I don't know if you I might have put y'all on a panel together. Whatever issue, whatever issues I got,
it's professionalism.
Hopefully you can just understand that there's just a bigger
There's
thing.
an end goal.
I always tell people that collaboration doesn't need to be forced, number one. And number two, you can collaborate without liking someone. All you have to do is respect why we're here.
Right.
And then we don't have to hang out. We don't have to go get drinks.
Yeah.
You can just do a panel with me and we can be on this event and do what we got to do.
Because you appeal to different people that I appeal to.
And just on a personal level, you don't have to like me, but you will respect me.
Right.
I'm outside.
Yeah.
And it's, I think what I'll say lastly, Tristan, for me, my consistency, the quality of things I do, it speaks for itself. So I don't even have to say anything. It's like, it's fine. Like, I might not be your cup of tea.
But you're gonna come to this event. You're gonna have a good time.
Yeah. Hopefully you can look past that to get something out of what we're trying to do. Because what I've been able to garner as far as even the corporate relationships that we have, I want to make sure other people benefit from that stuff. Like that's not just for. I'm working on my retirement plan. I'm gonna be in Ghana in a couple of years. But what I'm doing is bigger than that for Black folks. So I actually love that we're able to, even on these panels, have people that may have competing companies or organizations, but we're all here for. I think we all want
the same thing
to raise the visibility, the culture, get respect for Black people in Boston. And if that's what we're there for, then we'll make it work.
I think that's absolutely awesome. And I think we can say, and we've seen it in the comment a lot, people are thanking you for what you are doing and how you've been able to kind of put this together. Lawanda is really excited about different things.
Lawanda, you got a ticket, Lawanda?
Lawanda don't got no ticket right. She don't got no ticket right now, but she gonna get one.
She better by 11:59.
11:59, 12 o'clock. Golly, you're supposed to wait till close of business, 5 o'clock. God damn it. But yeah, thank you for what you're doing, and for the leadership role that you're playing here in Boston. I think that it's important to see Black girls do big things.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's gone unnoticed.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for all that you do.
Thank you.
Any last words about the summit? Anything about Boston While Black?
Yeah, I'll just say again, today tickets are closing. So summit.bostonwhileblack.com. It's going to be an amazing experience Thursday, Friday. And what I was starting to say is we're doing we're going to sell tickets separately starting in a couple of days. We're doing a official after party at Hugh.
Oh, okay, Hugh.
I like Hugh.
Rob's supposed to be coming there soon. I'm excited about that. Hugh's beautiful.
He's going to be speaking at the summit.
Oh,
as well.
awesome. Yeah.
So Friday the 14th, 6 to 9, closing after party at Hugh. First drink included, some apps.
Oh, wow.
DJ Real P. Sponsored by DraftKings,
What
one of
time
our
on
partners.
Friday?
Yeah, go right there
We're
from
gonna
the
put
airport.
the airport straight there, changing the bathroom.
6 to 9 p.m. And then, of course, Hugh's open till late night. So you're welcome to stay. But we are taking over the downstairs space for our
Speakeasy.
Nice. Yes, the speakeasy.
Yeah,
that's right.
speakeasy.
In the supper club. So that's going to be sponsored by DraftKings. That's going to be dope. And then past the summit, Boston While Black in general, just check us out. You can sign up to be a member on site.
Our memberships are usually when they are. Can you sign up?
Like quarterly.
Yeah. So for this,
you can sign up at the summit. Yes,
okay.
Definitely. We encourage people to sign up at the summit, and then we'll do another opening in the summer. And we just do that so that we like to bring people in together. It's like a rah-rah. It's like your class.
Yeah, my cohort.
Yeah, your cohort. And then stay tuned for info about the family reunion, but it'll be July 22nd. So you all will get info. Where y'all gonna be?
Boy, I tell you.
We
need a Boston calendar.
Y'all just
from like a
no,
year
y'all.
before.
Y'all the day after.
No, it's the 23rd.
I know.
Okay, I thought because I was like,
oh no, I already peeped it. Because I was gonna call Hot Sauce like, take that down.
Ooh, that's gonna be a good weekend.
That's a good weekend. Yeah.
I like it.
Yes, all right, perfect. So we are up against the clock. We finished with you. That's nice. I like that. Thank you so much for coming out. Thank you to your assistant for that arm.
Shout out to Alex.
That arm is strong.
Seriously.
That's why you do what you do. We got to shout out those kind of people because those are the type of people that make other people look very, very good. So shout out to you. You that girl. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. This is Saucy and Friends in the morning. Don't forget, people, there's a lot going on. Yamba Market. Go visit, before you go to the summit.
Don't come to the summit high, please. I know it's legal, but
just relax.
Yeah. You will see mad people in the back like.
Yeah, people coming to that summit high. I don't know what you call it. Where's the cannabis people? I ain't see no cannabis people. Black cannabis
the
on
cannabis
that summit.
Commissioners.
Oh, okay,
yes,
there you go.
Ava gonna be there, so she'll make sure to represent. But we're gonna slide to the side. Thank you guys all for joining us and just being on the people that are listening to the radio. We see you. Make sure you tell a friend to continue to watch Saucy and Friends in the morning and Spark FM Online. And we're officially out of here. We'll be back tomorrow. Right. We got some more people coming into the studio. Oh wow! Yes, we do. It's a full week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Turn it on. Turn it up.
This is SparkFMOnline.com.